Welcome to Video Rental Chaos, where we sift through 90s cinematic trash so you don't have to. Tonight, Pulp Fiction, Tarantino's deranged mashup of diner stick-ups, Hitmen with Bible fetishes, and a briefcase that nobody explains. Pumpkin and Honey Bunny rob breakfast, Jules and Vincent turn jobs into bloodbaths, Mia ODs on Vincent's stash, Butch stumbles into a pawn shop rape fest with the katana finish. This movie's a middle finger to being normal, okay? A love letter to psychos, and it's got more bodies than a dive bar dumpster. So rewind your tape, and let's ride this train track, motherfuckers. Welcome to Video Rental Chaos, where we dive into the dark side of cinema with a smile. This week, it's Pulp Fiction, a movie that is as iconic as it is controversial. With hitmen who can't go to the bathroom without the world ending, a gangster's wife who thinks snorting heroin is a good idea, and a boxer who has to fight for his life in a pawn shop. It's wild, okay? Bloody, and a hilariously dark ride. So buckle up and get ready for a trip back to the 1990s with Video Rental Chaos as we watch Pulp Fiction. So Pulp Fiction kicks off with these two small-time crooks, Pumpkin and Honey Bunny, eating breakfast at a diner. They're chatting about old stick-ups when Pumpkin gets the bright idea to rob the place right then and there, figuring nobody's ready to stop them. Honey Bunny's all in, and that's where we start. Then we've got Jules Winfield and Vincent Vega, a couple of hitmen working for this big shot gangster, Marcellus Wallace. They roll up to an apartment to grab a briefcase from a guy named Brett, who screwed over Marcellus. Vincent checks the briefcase. Whatever's in it, we don't see, and Jules lays into Brett with some Bible verses before they blast him in one of his buttons. Next up, Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife. Jules and Vincent hand the briefcase off to Marcellus, who's busy paying a boxer, Butch Coolidge, to lose his next fight. Vincent hits up his dealer, Lance, grabs some heroin, shoots up, and heads to Mia's place to hang out. While Marcellus is gone, they grab some food at a 50s joint, dance in a twist contest, and go back to her house. Vincent's in the bathroom when Mia finds his drugs, thinks it's coke, snorts it, and ODs. He freaks, drives her to Lance's, and they jab her with adrenaline to bring her back. They get her home and swear to keep it quiet from Marcellus. Butch screws over Marcellus by winning his fight, but he ends up killing the other guy by accident. He's set to skip town with his girlfriend, but she forgot his dad's gold watch. He goes back to his place, sees a gun on the counter, hears the toilet flush, and bam! Vincent's there to take him out. Butch shoots him dead and leaves. Later, Marcellus spots Butch at a stoplight, so Butch rams him with his car. Marcellus chases him into a pawn shop, where the owner, Maynard, grabs them both, ties them up, and calls his buddy Zed. They start assaulting Marcellus in the basement, but Butch breaks loose, grabs a katana, kills Maynard, and frees Marcellus, who shoots Zed in the nuts. Marcellus says they're square, tells Butch to shut up about it and leave LA for good. The Bonnie situation. Back at Brett's place after the hit, some guy jumps out of the bathroom shooting at Jules and Vincent, misses every shot. They kill him, and Jules calls it a miracle, but Vincent thinks the dude just sucked at aiming. They're driving off with Marvin and one of Marcellus's guys when Jules hits a bump. Vincent's gun goes off, and Marvin's head explodes all over the car. They stash it at Jimmy's house. Jules' old pal, who's pissed because his wife Bonnie can't see this mess. So Marcellus sends Winston Wolfe to fix it. He tells them to stuff Marvin in the trunk, scrub the car, ditch their bloody suits, and dump it at a junkyard. Back at the diner from the start, Jules tells Vincent he's quitting the game. Convinced surviving the apartment shootout was a sign. Vincent's in the bathroom when Pumpkin and Honey Bun pull their robbery, demanding the briefcase. Pumpkin's got Jules covered, but Jules turns it around and gets the gun on Pumpkin. Honey Bunny panics and aims at Jules. Vincent comes back out pointing at her. It's tense. Jules again drops his Bible verse, says he's done with crime, and lets them take his cash and go. He and Vincent walk out with the briefcase, cool as ever. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be real with you. I had a blast watching Pulp Fiction. Now, I know this is one of the most beloved movies out there, and honestly, I don't think I've met too many people with bad things to say about it. That said, it's never been one of my favorite Tarantino films. For me, Reservoir Dogs and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood were always the best. Maybe that's a controversial take, but I stand by it. That being said, Pulp Fiction absolutely rocks. The cast is stacked. Harvey Keitel, Uma Thurman, John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Tim Roth, and so many more, all delivering incredible performances. One of the things I've always loved about Tarantino films is the long, drawn-out dialogue scenes. They pull you in, make you hang on every word, and Pulp Fiction is packed with these scenes. Tarantino is one of my all-time favorite directors. Covering Pulp Fiction on this show has been a long time coming, and I'm glad we finally gave it the spotlight it deserves. In my opinion, it stands as one of Hollywood's greatest films. So, again, if you haven't seen Pulp Fiction yet, or haven't seen it in a long time, go pick up a copy or download it digitally. You won't regret it. And hey, next time you're at a diner in Los Angeles, and somebody pulls a gun, just remember, bust out your best Bible verse, and you might just walk away the winner, okay? So until then, I'll see you at the video store.
I'd ride my skateboard right back to you. I'd ride my skateboard right back to you. I'll ride my skateboard right back to you. Lest I fall down and